So now let's talk about what a starter streaming setup looks like. Here I'm doing a Zoom meeting and I'm recording the Zoom meeting just so that you can kind of see the quality that your attendees will get when you're doing a live broadcast. I'm using a Logitech Brio webcam and a Jabra Evolve 4D headset, just a run-of-the-mill $100 USB headset. Now I'm doing this video or this webcam with a Logitech Brio to kind of give you an idea what some of the options are when you get to the highest end webcams, but just a general run-of-the-mill webcam. See how there's a really wide field of view. Like I can't even stretch my arms out. Maybe if I get closer to the camera, I can kind of, I'm a 6'3" guy. I have a pretty big wingspan. And so this thing has just this giant recording area that's configurable. And there's a bar up above me. We'll talk about what this thing is here in a minute. That's configurable with Logitech software. Let's go in, I'll show you Logitech software so that you can kind of get a feel for it. So here, this is Logitech's user interface for their webcams. If you go into Brio here, here's the camera that I'm on, and here's the important part down here, field of view, right? Field of dreams. Right now I'm at a 90-degree field of view. Watch what happens when I change it to 78. All this thing is doing is just cropping off the extra area of the image. Then you can even go in closer, like to 65, and bam, now all kinds of stuff has disappeared out from the edges of my screen. Also, I am physically larger. Leon's getting larger on the webcam as well. So this is nice if you have a whole bunch of stuff inside the room that you don't really want people to see, or if you do want people to see, like if I've done a whiteboard in the past, the 90-degree view just makes it easier for people to see large areas of a whiteboard, although not in high resolution, because even these things like Zoom and GoToWebinar and WebEx, they only really do webcams at 720p, which isn't really that high of resolution. So I said that I would, there's one other thing about the webcam that's really important. Let me go back to pushing 60, well, we'll leave it at 90 here for a second so I show you a couple of things. So one of the things that's really important with the webcam is lighting. So I say in the blog post that you want a ring light. So let me show you what it's like when the ring light is turned off. So now the ring light is turned off and it's not catastrophic. I have a whole wall of windows here. I have a wall of windows inside my apartment. I'll spin that around just so that you can get a rough idea there. I have a whole wall of windows inside my apartment. I never should have touched that webcam. A wall of windows inside my apartment, and yet it almost seems a little bit shadowy and dark inside here. This is the best webcam that you can get just in terms of direct to USB webcams. Lighting makes a world of difference, and all I'm going to do is turn on the ring light again. Look at it makes me, I'm not skinny. I get that I'm not skinny. However, just with that shadow effect, oh my God, it looks like, oh God, it's terrible. Now, if I turn on this light again, I've lost 30 pounds. Okay, maybe not. But you can see how it just is so much more flattering as soon as you do that. And that's the only light I have is this big ring light, which I'll link to in the blog post. So I really consider lighting just one single ring light to be table stakes with any webcam. It'll make any webcam look way more fabulous. You really want a dimmable ring light, not because it matters as much for the image quality, but when you're staring directly into it for hours on end, like during a long webcast, a bright light will fatigue your eyes. You'll totally notice that you feel more fatigued throughout the course of the webcast. So next up is this thing. So you may have seen inside of Zoom or other apps where they'll let you switch out the background on the fly. What this is a roll down green screen from Elgato. So Elgato sells this in either wall mountable or ceiling mountable options. And when I'm zoomed out this far, it doesn't make any sense. Where it starts to make more sense is when you zoom that Logitech in a little bit more. So let's zoom him in and get down from a 90-degree field of view to 65. And then let's straighten out the webcam a little there. So there we go, that's a little better. So now you can start to see how if you're using one of those apps that will dynamically change your background on the fly, it makes it way easier for the app to pick out what's really in your background versus what's just around the house. So to show you, I'm going to go into Zoom's options on their video. Let's go into Zoom's configuration. I never remember where this is at. So let's see here. Where are my video preferences? Let me get into video. Come back here. Video settings. I got an insane number of cameras right now. So video settings. And then we'll go into virtual background, and I'll put up the, oh no, the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights. That's even better. And I'm just gonna start with Aurora Borealis and go from there, and it doesn't do anything. Okay, great, because that's just magical. Let me go back over to video settings and say that I have a green screen. Let me go back over to virtual and say the checkbox of I have a green screen, and look at that. So all of a sudden now it has figured out where the green screen area is. Now, I'll be honest, I am not a really huge fan of this, of either the moving backgrounds or static backgrounds in Zoom, because usually on the recording, you can pick out, especially as I move, you can pick out really clearly where things have kind of fumbled and dropped the ball, where it's not super high quality. The option that I'm going to show you in a minute, Streamlabs OBS, is going to be much crisper and clearer at picking out what's you. And it's also going to make it easier to frame the sides to perfectly match whatever's the green screen area behind you. This is just a starting point. If you were going to go do this in real life, you'd have to futz with getting a green screen that's wide enough or moving the webcam to a certain point in time. I'm going to show you a way better high quality way to remove the background and inject yourself directly over your slides. But that's a level up over the starter level. So in terms of the starter level, we'll come back here, no virtual background, no, I don't have a green screen, and go back to a slide deck. This is what the starter level looks like and sounds like when we're dealing with the Jabra headset and about $100 or $200 webcam, Logitech Brio with a ring light. So there we go. Now I got to remember stop record.